The narcissist wants to come back to you because there is no new supply. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Narcissist Exposed channel. I'm so glad you could join me today for another deep dive into the world of relationships and psychology. Before we get started, if you haven't already, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you'll be notified every time we post new content. Trust me, you won't want to miss out on what we're discussing today, especially if you've ever found yourself caught in the confusing web of a relationship with a narcissist. So, let's get straight into it. What exactly does a narcissist do when they want to return to their partner because there is no new supply? This is a topic that hits home for a lot of people, and it's important to understand the dynamics at play because they can be incredibly tricky to navigate. If you've been in a relationship with a narcissist, you know that it's not just about love or connection. It's often about control, validation, and most importantly, supply. Now, when we talk about supply in the context of narcissism, we're referring to the attention, admiration, and emotional energy that a narcissist feeds off of. This supply is essentially what fuels their ego and maintains their sense of superiority and self-importance. When a narcissist has access to new supply, meaning a new partner or even just someone new to charm and manipulate, they might move on without a second thought. But what happens when that well runs dry? What happens when there's no one new to latch on to? That's when they start to circle back, often to their previous partner. You see, for a narcissist, it's not about the person themselves, but about the role that person played in feeding their ego. When they find themselves without new supply, they start to crave the attention and validation they used to get from their old partner. It's not that they've had a change of heart or suddenly realized your worth. It's more about filling that void they're now experiencing. The first step a narcissist usually takes when they want to return to their partner is to test the waters. They might send a casual text or message, something that seems innocent on the surface, but is actually a calculated move to gauge your reaction. They might say something like, "Hey, I was just thinking about you," or bring up a shared memory to see if you'll engage. This is their way of checking if you're still emotionally available to them. If you respond positively or show any sign of missing them, they take that as a green light to move forward. Once they've established contact, they'll often start to ramp up their efforts. This could involve love bombing, showering you with affection, compliments, and promises of change, or playing the victim, telling you how much they've missed you and how lonely they've been without you. They might say things like, "I've been lost without you," or "I've realized how much you mean to me." But it's crucial to understand that these statements are not coming from a place of genuine remorse or love. Instead, they're part of the narcissist's strategy to re-establish control over you. The narcissist might also attempt to rewrite history, downplaying or completely ignoring the issues that led to the breakup in the first place. They might act as though the problems you had were minor or even your fault, subtly shifting the blame away from themselves. This gaslighting tactic is designed to make you question your own memories and feelings, making it easier for them to manipulate you into taking them back. What's particularly insidious about this behavior is that it often taps into your desire for closure or understanding. After all, who doesn't want to believe that someone can change, that the relationship can be salvaged? The narcissist knows this and uses it to their advantage, offering just enough hope to keep you hooked while never truly addressing the underlying issues. If you start to push back or show hesitation, the narcissist might switch tactics. They could begin to criticize you subtly or not so subtly, questioning your decision-making or even your worth. This is a form of emotional manipulation meant to undermine your confidence and make you feel like you need them more than they need you. It's all part of their effort to regain control and ensure that you're still a source of supply for them. At this point, you might be wondering why anyone would fall for this, especially if they've been through it before. The truth is, narcissists are incredibly skilled at manipulating emotions and creating a sense of dependency. They can make you feel like you're the only one who understands them, or that you're somehow responsible for their happiness. This emotional entanglement can make it incredibly difficult to break free, even when you know logically that getting back together with them is not in your best interest. Another tactic a narcissist might use is creating a sense of urgency or desperation. They might claim that they're in a crisis, that they need you now more than ever. This plays on your empathy and your natural instinct to help someone you care about, even if that person has hurt you in the past. But remember, this urgency is often manufactured. It's another tool in their arsenal to get you to lower your guard and let them back into your life. If all else fails, the narcissist might try to guilt you into reconciliation. They could bring up past good times, the investments you made in the relationship, or the sacrifices you've made for each other. They might say things like, "After everything we've been through, you're just going to walk away." Or, "I thought what we had was special." This guilt-tripping is designed to make you feel like you owe them another chance, even if they haven't done anything to deserve it. But here's the thing. Letting a narcissist back into your life almost always leads to the same cycle of manipulation, control, and emotional abuse. Even if they seem sincere in the beginning, even if they promise to change, the fundamental dynamics of the relationship are unlikely to shift. A narcissist is primarily concerned with their own needs and desires, and once they feel secure in the relationship again, they'll often revert to their old behavior. So what should you do if you find yourself in this situation? The most important thing is to protect your own well-being. Set firm boundaries and stick to them, no matter how much the narcissist tries to push or manipulate you. It might mean going no contact or limiting your interactions to only what's absolutely necessary. Remember, you don't owe anyone a second chance, especially if they've already shown you who they are. It's also crucial to seek support from friends, family, or a therapist who can help you navigate the complex emotions that come with dealing with a narcissist. These relationships can be incredibly isolating, and it's easy to feel like you're alone in what you're experiencing. But there are people who understand and can offer you the guidance and support you need to move forward. Ultimately, the narcissist's return is about them, not you. It's about their need for supply, their need for control, and their inability to cope with the void left by the lack of new attention. They might try to convince you that they've changed, that they miss you, that they've had a moment of clarity, but it's essential to remember that these are just tactics. The real question you need to ask yourself is whether you're willing to go through the same cycle again, or if you're ready to break free and prioritize your own happiness and well-being. Thank you so much for being here and for taking the time to listen. I know this is a tough topic, but I hope this discussion has given you some clarity and insight. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with anyone who might need to hear this message. And of course, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video. 5 reasons why narcissists cry. Is it just a deception? Yours truly. Is it possible that you have ever been in a circumstance in which a narcissist in your life cries tears? When someone who is manipulative and dominating suddenly reveals a gentler side, it can be an extremely puzzling and even disorienting experience for the other person. It is possible that you will find yourself wondering whether or not those tears are genuine and what could have produced them. To delve a little deeper into this subject, I would want to investigate the reasons why a narcissist might cry and the possible interpretations of those tears. mainly due to the fact that having an understanding of the reasons behind a narcissist's tears can assist you in protecting yourself and being more adept at navigating their manipulative conduct. So, let's get started now. I want to provide some answers to some issues regarding the reasons why a narcissist could choose to cry in today's video. In spite of this, before I go any further, I would like to express my heartfelt appreciation to each and every viewer who has joined me here. I am thankful for your attention and support. It is possible for narcissists to shed tears for a variety of reasons, and there are 5 of these reasons that I intend to cover today. To begin, the first cause of their tears may be the sensation of being hurt, let down, or unhappy. However, when it comes to narcissists, their tears are frequently utilized as a means of communication and development. These individuals are highly skilled experts who are able to cry effortlessly on demand. Yet, once you comprehend their reasons for crying, the tears they shed lose their potency. Another reason why a narcissist sheds tears is to give the impression that they are easily influenced by their emotions. This is a crucial strategy for narcissists, especially in the first stages of a relationship, when it is critical for individuals to have the impression that they are genuinely concerned about the well-being of these individuals. When they are motivated by this, they often behave in a manner that suggests they are truly concerned with the well-being of other people, even though this is not the case. Narcissists put themselves in scenarios that are designed to make them appear empathic, attract attention, and build trust with other people. These situations can be made up, or they can be based on true events. A great number of narcissists have perfected the ability of putting on a show of empathy in order to trick other people into believing that they are acting out of empathy. On the other hand, you should exercise caution when a narcissist uses tears to gain your heart, just to steal it away later. This is due to the fact that kids cry for 2 different reasons: grief and feeling frustrated. They experience feelings of disappointment, irritation, and a loss of power whenever they are unable to totally manage their environment or achieve their goals without any assistance. It is important to note that they are not crying for other people, but rather for themselves. By appealing to people's feelings of sympathy and pity, they seek to gain support from other people. The only time that their tears are truly heartfelt is when they are confronted with a personal tragedy or when they are unsuccessful in achieving their goals. Always keep in mind that the only thing that might cause a narcissist to cry is something that directly affects them. There are 3 reasons why a narcissist can cry. The first is to protect themselves from being attacked or vulnerable. Whenever they are unable to excuse or rationalize their behavior, narcissists turn to sobbing as a means of extracting themselves from the situation. They almost never accept responsibility for their own errors and instead tend to point the finger at others. They only resort to crying as a last resort when all other options have been exhausted. Through their tears, they are hoping that you will stop accusing them and that you will even apologize to them for what they have done. There is a common pattern among narcissists to end conversations that pose a danger to their reputation by bursting into tears. They do this in order to stop individuals from carrying out any more investigations. One of the goals of the narcissist is to ensure that you will never challenge them again. When you have serious problems with a narcissist, you face the challenge of dealing with them, since they will resort to fury, tears, or both in order to evade accountability. Should they be subjected to unfavorable exposure, they might attempt to diffuse the situation by sobbing in public. The narcissist sobs for a number of reasons, the 4th of which is to provoke an assault on another individual. Therefore, this is the reason why their defamation strategies have been so successful. Those that are narcissistic will play the part of a victim and will use deception and emotional appeals in order to gain sympathy and support from others. The flying monkeys that they have gathered in order to launch an offensive attack are gathered in this manner. People who are narcissistic are aware that in order to receive support from other people, they must act vulnerable. These flying monkeys are not necessarily innocent bystanders, but rather accomplices of the narcissist in many instances, like the one described above. In order to give the impression that they are the victim, narcissists will say anything they can think of to convince others that they are. There is a possibility that the lies they utter are intended to make you appear to be the one who committed the crime to the flying monkeys, the court, or any other individual involved. A narcissist will cry for a number of reasons, the last of which is to cling to someone. Notwithstanding the fact that narcissists frequently move on to other sources of provision, this only occurs in the event that a significant source of supply abandons them. In spite of the fact that they are violent and manipulative, narcissists will cry in order to encourage you to remain with them. This is a demonstration of how much they value you. In an effort to convince you that they will be lost if you forsake them or turn your back on them, they will scream uncontrollably and try to convince you the opposite. Whenever a narcissist is deprived of a significant source of reinforcement, they are more likely to experience a profound depression, with sobbing being just the beginning of the process. Following that, the individual can decide to engage in stalking the target, or their luck might ultimately run out. It is not because the narcissist is in love that they are crying. Rather, they are crying because they want to keep what they have and are afraid of losing it. Last but not least, a narcissist may find it simple to get emotional because they view it as a positive experience. On the other hand, with a few notable exceptions, their tears are often employed for the purpose of manipulation or deception. Because they are exclusively focused on themselves, narcissists will only cry for themselves and will not shed genuine tears for anyone else during times of emotional distress. Using tears, they are able to exert control and affect the situation. It is essential that you do not allow the tears of a narcissist to motivate you to take action since, as the video explains, working with a narcissist is a never-ending cycle. All of you then, I will be waiting with bated breath for your response. Are there any of the points that I brought up that seem familiar to you? In the event that you have anything to contribute, please do so in the comments section on this page. As always, I hope that this was helpful to you. In the event that you found the video to be beneficial, kindly give it a thumbs up and share it with others. I am appreciative of your participation.